Good morning, guys. Another day that we bloody get solar back.
Yeah.
Amazing what a difference a bit of sunshine makes, eh?
Absolutely.
I woke up, I went to sleep, and I woke up with a big smile on my face.
Yeah.
I really did. Now, guys, plan for me today is we're just going fishing. We're going fishing again. We've got another spot to try, but the main purpose of this part of the this episode for me, I wanted to explain to you guys. You know I'm a novice. You know I'm an absolute novice. And I want to teach you guys a few of the... Not teach, I shouldn't say teach.
Share?
I'm just going to share it, yeah. I wanted to share with you guys some of the knots that I've learnt from Cam and from other people along the way. If there's any other novice fishermen out there, I want to sort of maybe just show you what I've learnt. And I reckon you'll pick up a few things just because... I like to take shortcuts.
Yeah, so, that's what it's all about.
It is. Why do things the hard way? So I reckon I can show you a few knots throughout the day. I wanted to show you a few of the little things that I've learned. And also there's a special little app that I've downloaded for this trip that has worked out to be like absolutely awesome.
Bit of a godsend, wasn't it?
Yeah, it is. And tell you what, name's Billy, not silly. You download the old free trial there, mate, for 14 days. You get the premium version. Then you delete it. You cancel your subscription. Then the next trip, make another email address. What are you expecting out of today, kind sir?
Hopefully some fish, hey?
Yep.
Yeah, hopefully you can demonstrate how all these little tips and shortcuts and stuff, as you said, how they play out to actually catching some fish.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things you told me, interchangeable rigs, which I can't wait. I'll explain that out.
Yeah, we can demonstrate that on the way out.
Yep. I'll show a little bit of fishing action on my side if I catch anything, but the main episode for this, where all the action will be on Cam's channel, so check that shit out. Let's do it.
Keep away from the ground, live to the walls, to our house, release the heart. It's like a it's like a
Geez, we're bloody lucky that an easterly's blowing. It makes the beach launch like a bloody dream. So each time we're sort of launching the boat, Cam's going to run his solo, so he's going to... Our camp's literally just down there, so it's pretty handy. I'll stay here with the boat. He pisses off there and just plugs everything back in, so he's got a full system again. Oh, look at the bait moving around there. It's funny, in the first couple of days of this trip, we didn't really see much like life in the water as far as, bait fish or, bust ups. But during this video, I really need to make like a disclaimer. And anyone who knows me will automatically have thought about this anyway, but I am not making this video to be an absolute hero at all, because I have no credibility whatsoever. I'm just sharing with you what has worked for us this trip for one bloody day. All right, what a ripper bloody day. Someone's looking out for us, mate, and whoever it is, thank you, because we have been bloody blessed. This is beautiful. Someone's on our bloody bommy over there. That's where we were sort of fishing yesterday, but we are planning to head northeast, so fingers crossed. Right, so we're out on the water. So the first thing that springs to mind that has helped, I think has helped us a lot, paired up with the Lowrance depth finder or whatever it is, sounder, has been an app that I've downloaded. It's called C-Maps, C-Maps, and that has really helped us. It sort of, I'll throw a bit of footage up now of like the main screen, and it sort of shows you the contours of the ocean. So it's basically like a
Like Navionics.
Like a simple version of Navionics for sure. So it shows you where the drop-offs are, shows you the depths. It also shows you where the bommies are, which is really good, which we've been able to sort of pick up on one or two after the fact that we've found them. So Cam would... The one that we've been fishing on that we did well on yesterday, we happened upon that with on our way out on the first day, and Cam marked it in the sounder there. And so and then that afternoon I had a look on this app, and then it showed that bommy clear as day right on the spot on the map. And so there's actually a few more that it's shown, but we're just waiting for a much more calmer day where we can nip out there. It's about 2 nautical miles out that way. So it's very, very handy though. One of the best apps I've ever used. So what I actually did, I might change my mind a little bit now. You got a double hookup, a little Spanish flag. What I was going to say, I'd suggest it for any of you guys if you're wanting to try it out. There's like a 14-day trial. And you know, you don't have to pay for anything, but you sort of have to subscribe, and then it starts charging you after 2 weeks, but you can pull out before the 2 weeks, which I think's good, which I'm probably going to end up doing. But if I find myself using it more, I'll pay the subscription, no worries, because I've been very happy with it. You can measure distances, you can, you know, have a really good look at the ground around you, you know, and pairing that with a sounder, freaking amazing. So probably handy if you've got a bigger boat, use it on an iPad.
Yeah.
That would be absolutely unreal. And you can download the maps offline, which is awesome. So, moving on, I'm going to sit here and just watch Cam play with these little fingerfish. We've just pulled up on these two. There's 2 bommies here, but we've got a feeling that it's a bit shallow, a bit close to shore, and it might be pretty flogged out. But it looks pretty fun, I must admit. Look at that. Look at that.
I want to get some bait, but there's heaps of these juvenile snapper.
So Cam's in the water at the moment. The anchor's lodged underneath like a little bit of rock, so he thought he'd take the opportunity just to have a look around underneath, just because there's a nice couple of bommies here. So while he's in there, I thought I'd show you another thing that is like changed, like saved time and changed the way I'll fish from now on. Are these little things, the swivel snap lock, those things there. So what you do, you're able to change over rigs real quickly. So what we did, we spent a couple of hours at camp on the first morning, just tying a heap of paternoster rigs. I'd like to, like for you novices or novices just like me, I've found that the sinker at the bottom, you know, with the hooks coming off so that the hooks float in mid-water, I reckon that helps so bloody much, and that's been one of the most successful rigs with this trick. So the old paternoster there. But I've found that, you know, if you want to swap from a paternoster to just an 8-0 hook or whatever, just so you can like fling it and float it, you know, you can swap it. You can just pinch the clamp, undo it, and then have another one that you've already made up. So I've got like a little pouch, a grab me gear pouch that I've thrown like and used those little foam pieces of foam that you wrap the rig around, and just made like 4 paternosters, a couple of running sinker rigs as well, whiting rigs in case we want to try and catch bait out here, and you know, throwing a couple of lures in. But just it's so great that they're interchangeable, you know, instead of stuffing around retying knots and stuff like that. I mean, every now and then you'd have to, you know, retie a sinker on, and I guess on certain ground that we've been on, we've gotten the sinker lodged more than anything, you know. So those snapper sinkers are good because they're sort of cylindrical and they sort of will slide out of most things, which I've found. So otherwise, using the star sinkers, they sort of get lodged a bit more. But the 4 rigs that I did make had the 4 star sinkers, so once they get ripped off or whatever, I'll just swap them over to the snapper sinkers. So another thing that's been absolutely pivotal for a novice like me. Cam reckons he's finding it quite hard to swim against the current here. Oh, good shot. Great shot. That was your first spear, right?
Yeah.
Enough power on that gun?
Yeah.
Beautiful, mate. Well done. The wind's blowing that way, the boat's facing that way, and we're drifting that way. You'd think that when we're anchored here, the anchor rope's going straight out there. It's so the current's sort of going the opposite way than the wind. Look at the backdrop, not a bad backdrop. Just around the corner here, they're like that dark red clay cliffs, which I will put in the video pretty much right now.
What do you got, Pete?
I don't know, feels a lot bigger than
Good
usual.
size, eh?
I'm going to make an idiot of myself, I think.
I'm actually.
Oh, yeah, boy.
Bring it in. Well done, mate. Bring it in. Big blue line. That's a stonker, mate.
That one felt heavier.
That's a beauty.
Sorry, bro, about that.
That's cool. I've actually got a fish on here as well.
Oh, guys, yeah! Oh, my God. I'm so bloody happy. You can feel the difference between the small ones and the half big ones. So I'm the happiest man in the world right now.
Beauty, mate.
Thanks, brother. Cheers, guys. Oh man, gutted for Cam. He literally just caught onto a little blue line emperor there, and his GoPro come off the back there. So he's just in the water now, diving down for it. The only chance we've got is because we're anchored. He might have half a chance of diving in the area. We're in about 5 meters of water, so hopefully see how he goes. I'm just going to keep an eye on him.
I just caught a little spango, which is the first one we've caught, and Pete's got a finger mark, which looks like a good size.
Yeah, that was accidental. I was winding that in like to try and film you.
It's a happy accident. Can't remember what they got to be.
34 and a half, mate.
I'm sure they're only got to be.
We can say 34. Well, guys, I am on top of the bloody world. Didn't quite bag out, but pretty close.
Did well.
A couple of big boys in there, which I'm really happy. Well, big for us. Well oversized, actually. But that will pretty much wrap up this session right now. And then we're going to go back, and Cam's going to fillet these because I don't want to waste any flesh of these big boys. So, at this point, we're looking pretty good for taking a few fillets home for the family. That'd be so. Really great. That'd top off the, that'd be the icing on the cake for me. But I'm going to stop rambling. I've had another best day of my life. I had a good chat to Cam about it, just on top of the world. But wind's died down. We're going to head straight back in, get these fish processed, and I'll probably see you around camp, back at camp there, with a beer in my hand.
Mine's longer, yours is girthier. No, maybe not. Could be happy with that, eh?
Oh, I am kind, sir. Geez, that has been a very, very big day. But again, one of the best freaking days I've ever had out on the water, I think ever. Cheers, guys. Now, I don't know what it is, I don't know what we've done right, but this weather is just turning it up for us. I'll throw a bit of the footage in now. Have a look at this beautiful, beautiful sunset. If there's one thing that I'm gobsmacked by the most by this region, it's funny when you come north, all the red dirt contrasting that sky is just absolutely breathtaking. It truly is. Today I caught a really, really bloody nice blue line emperor, and I could not be more chuffed. I really couldn't. You would have seen just before, but man, we come up and we accomplish sort of base, you know. I need to stress it's obviously not huge for, you know, your fishos out there or whatever, but I am so happy with that. Absolutely over the moon, just because you've seen my track record. For God's sake, you've seen my track record, but it's so nice to feel that bend in the rod and a bit of weight about it, and the variety of fish up here is insane, and we're literally probably a kilometre offshore. It's so bloody good. And just the red cliffs up against the water. It's just been a beautiful day, an absolute beautiful day. There's like not a breath of wind right now. But yeah, we're both a little bit rooted today, I must admit. Just sitting out in the sun all day, and we did not drink enough water. That's another thing. But I don't feel like drinking water right now. This is all I feel like, I'll be honest with you. But Cam's cooking up a nice fish laksa tonight, so jump over, have a look. Got a lot of cooking segments done in this one, because I really miss doing cooking segments, I've got to be honest. So I cooked that seafood chowder last night. That was just insane, and I was so chuffed about that. So I wanted to make most of this part of the series about, you know, what I have learnt and stuff like that. And what I've picked up, and I've even learnt some things from Cam about tying knots and stuff like that. I reckon it's nice to add a few knots to your arsenal. I reckon I've got 3 knots that I fall back on now, which are so easy to tie, because if I can do them, any bugger can do them. I was planning on showing you guys how I tie them, but there's no use. There's that many freaking YouTube videos, it's not even funny. So I reckon you should check them out for the real guys who know what they're doing. It's just a really beautiful feeling to have a heap of fish that we can actually cook with and get what we wanted to do with. Also, I've got my freezer, some fillets for home. I'm going to do fish tacos for my girls at home. I can't bloody wait to do that. So I'm going to help Cam out, and I'm also going to film a little bit of a Q&A. I put up a few questions. Actually, by the time you see this series, ages ago, I put up a few questions, and I wanted to, be an open book to you guys. So I got a heap of questions. I think, I inundated for someone like me. Very, very humbled, to be honest. But I'm going to film a bit of that with Cam tonight. I also want to show you the finished product of the laksa, so I'll see you in a minute. I'm going to neck this son of a gun. Cheers, Shelter. Guys, I totally forgot to get footage of this laksa, but you'll have to check out Cam's channel for this. I got into it way before I could get any decent footage of the presentation, but again, you'll see it looked beautiful. This is one of the best meals I've ever had in my life. I swear to God. If my wife liked poached fish, I'd love to cook this for her, but I think I'm going to cook it for my father-in-law. He would absolutely love this, and my mother-in-law, they would love this. Thank you, dude. Like, honestly,
Pleasure,
this is one of the best I've ever had.
Oh, good.
Nice and chilly.
Yeah, sorry about the runny noses. There's quite a hit of chili to it.
But it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
No, I'm wrapped with it.
Yep. Thank you, brother.
Pleasure.
Now, guys, I'm going to leave this episode here. I think there's going to be plenty more to come, because we're going fishing again tomorrow. Thinking I might try and use a hand line. That might be in the next... Take it back to my childhood.
Cool.
Using a big bloody 200-pound hand line. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there. Guys, thank you for watching this episode. Like, subscribe, comment if you like what you see. Comment, let me know what you think of this episode. I never wanted to sound like a know-all. You guys know me. I don't know anything. So I'm just showing you what I learnt and what we've learnt, as far as rigs and that go, and our experience in Shark Bay. Highs and lows. I spoke to you at the start of this episode about that. Highs and lows. So, yeah, absolute tipping end of scales here. So it's just... I was saying to you today when I caught that fish, man, it'll never leave my mind. I'll never forget this trip. It's just... That was a moment, It's been an amazing trip.
It has been really good.
I'll never forget it, buddy. I can't wait to do it again, actually.
Absolutely.
Consider becoming a Patreon, guys. I'll do a separate episode each trip. Also, there's we do campouts with you guys, you bloody legends, and I'm going to be doing early releases for them, early episode releases, so they can check it out before the general public, before the other 5 check out the video. See you in the next one, guys. Thank you, brother.
No worries, man.
Gonna seal my fate without